Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I was having a connection error at first, and I'm like, no, not right
Oh
now. Don't give up on me, internet.
no.
Well, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining me, MJ. So
Thank
for
you for having me.
so for everyone joining, it's SheProp's third anniversary. So we're just kind of doing casual chats with our members. And MJ of Pearl Bunny Cosplay is awesome. She's one of our editors, and she's been really heading up our challenges and coming up with the prompts, and we're super appreciative of it.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And, I have a really great team that's helping me with it too. So it's not just me.
Yeah, I mean, SheProp is a huge team. We're all like trying to help each other, but you
Yeah.
really like help me and Bev out with that because we don't have to then think about these prompts. We just have to post them and be like, okay, cool, we have content, awesome.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask MJ some of her own questions. So we'll start simple. We're gonna start with who are you out of cosplay?
I'm still a nerd. I'm always a nerd. But I work at a pet shop, which is amazing because I'm obsessed with animals and reptiles specifically. I
Mm-hmm.
think I have like 20 animals, so I have a huge passion for
You own
animals.
20 animals?
I do.
Oh my
I
goodness.
do.
I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah. It's like from snakes, chameleons, geckos, bearded dragons, frogs, and cats. So.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my goodness. So do you have like a specific like reptile room?
I do actually, and I'm sitting in it right now.
Okay. Is it
Yeah, I
also
painted the
slash
walls green for it, and
is it also like kind of your workspace in there
it
or
is. Yeah, so
awesome.
it's like
So
my reptile room and my craft room. It's still a work in progress, but
what a
it's
like
fun.
happy space to have. Like
It is,
all
yeah.
your pets and then crafts, like you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. What a cool day job. I wish I had that day job. um, Down in photography, Brett is asking, what are all their names?
Oh gosh, okay. So I have to do like around the house. So I have Penny the chameleon, Yarrow the corn snake, Rango the bearded dragon, Agave the bearded dragon. Um, what I have four frogs. It's Beelzebufo, Jamock, Froppy, and Kappa. And then I have Rose and Rowan. They're both ball pythons. I have a boa constrictor named Kafir. Then three cats, Mama G, Mason, and Sokka. And then I have a a fish, a beta fish called Colonel Mustard, and a whole bunch of other fish too. So.
So, are the cats allowed in the reptile room?
Only Sokka because he listens to me. When I tell him it's time to
Okay.
leave, he leaves. The other
Okay.
two, they aren't allowed in here.
They cause trouble.
They do. They do.
Awesome. Okay, so next question I'm going to ask you is what type of characters do you generally gravitate towards?
Um, I used to just gravitate towards ones that I thought would be easiest for me to cosplay, would have like the closest personality to me. So kind of just like shy, not really out there. But I've definitely changed since I was 13 and started doing this.
Oh, so you've been
And
cosplaying since you were 13.
yeah, for like 17 years now. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I you go
Um,
through a lot of changes in that
we
time.
do. Yeah. And like when I was younger, I would never consider cosplaying a villain, but 2 years ago I cosplayed Yara the Hare from Inuyasha, and she's a pretty scary villain in that anime. And, she kind of just inspired me to be like, yeah, be your bad self.
Totally.
Um, but I still definitely lean towards more of the like uppity feel good characters that show a lot of motivation and positivity towards their friends.
So are you mostly going anime genre or do you go into other genres as well?
I mostly do anime.
Yeah.
admittedly. I don't feel comfortable trying to look like another living human being. You
Okay.
know, like a superhero that already has like a person actor. I don't feel comfortable personally trying to embody them
That's really
through
interesting.
cosplay.
Yeah, that's cool though. I mean, you definitely have a lot to choose from in the anime realm.
I mean, from the comic book, you know, other pop culture too, but
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. All right. So what are some of your favorite materials and processes?
I really like making patterns.
Hmm.
Right, like so like I guess that's part of my process is I'll find different patterns and I'll modify them to fit what works best for me. And I definitely have more confidence working with various types of fabric.
Hmm.
One of the most recent fabric patterns I made was Miss Joke's pants from My Hero Academia.
Yeah, they're
Um, they're stripy.
kind of like a little bit of a harem pant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up finding they're like old school like military style pants
Hmm.
that I ended up making shorter, flipping the pattern so that the balloon part was in a different spot, and then just making all of the different stripes.
Yeah.
And um,
So did
all
you
the math
use,
that's involved in that. It's fun.
yeah, did you use then you just like use two different colors of fabric to create your
Yeah.
pattern essentially?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's got to be a tricky pattern. I can't,
Yeah, I think I have a tutorial up on my Instagram of kind of how I did it.
oh, awesome. So
Yeah,
people
it's a
can,
picture step by step.
yeah, people can reach out to you if they need help. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
please. I love talking about these stupid pants, so please ask me how I did it.
I mean, I think they're really cool pants.
Yeah.
So so that's your favorite material and process. What material and process would you like to learn?
Um, I'm learning more about foam. I'd really like to learn how to confidently make like chest plate armor
Hmm.
for women. I've always struggled with that. I've tried in the past and it's always made me feel like really bulky, and so I've just stopped because like
Yeah.
I have my other comfort zones. I don't want to, or at least I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone with that and try to work more with foam and armor specifically.
Hmm. Yeah, foam can have a tendency to make things bulky. I know when I was starting, I started when I did armor. I'm more of a seamstress myself as well, but when I started with armor, I started with thermoplastics. And
Okay.
because thermoplastics are so stiff, like you kind of can't afford like avoid the whole looking bulky sometimes because you got to allow yourself some movement. So it's I guess just learning to make your whole silhouette blend with like the foam or the thermoplastic because they're really great for larger than life things, right? But if
Yeah.
you want it form fitting, it's definitely a harder skill to learn. But there's a lot of great resources out there for sure.
Yeah, it's just taking that step
Yeah,
is what it's
totally.
like.
I mean, we all have things that we're like super insecure about doing, and
Yeah,
we're like, I hate that. It doesn't like, but everybody else probably thinks you look great.
right, yeah. But we do it
Um,
for ourselves, so if we're not feeling comfy, then,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. I mean, there's so many things that I have like started and scrapped because I just didn't want it to be seen by the world.
Yeah, I have the bin of shame of all my failed cosplays and things.
We all have our shame piles.
Yeah.
So let's see. Next question. How has cosplay helped find your identity? See, you've been doing it for 17 years, so I'm
Yeah.
sure that's played into it.
It has. It's definitely helped me come out of my shell because I used to be really, really shy and I would hate talking to anybody. I actually ended up like falling on the floor when I was like 7 and crying and having a panic attack because my mom told me to go hug the Easter Bunny.
Oh no. Well,
So
to be fair, some of those Easter bunnies are terrifying, aren't
they
they?
are, but like it was just so horrifying for me to like step away from my mom and go do something.
Yeah.
But now I'm just And like cosplaying has definitely helped me step out of that. I went to my first convention when I was 13, and my parents just dropped me off in Boston, and they were like, "Here you go. You have a cell phone. Here's $50. Have fun." And it's like, okay. And I
Well,
found some really nice Blood Elf cosplayers from World of Warcraft, and they're just
uh-huh.
like, These are the different rooms. Here's a little guide, and if you need anybody, come running to us because we're kind of obvious." And it's like, oh my God, thank you. And I kind of want to be that person at a
Hmm.
con where it's like, "Oh, you're a baby cosplayer. You look lost. You need help. You're scared. How can I help you?" And
That,
so that was like a real boost, and it really helped me find my confidence.
that's really awesome. I mean, 13 years old going to a convention by yourself sounds
Yeah,
terrifying.
it
Like
was, but it was totally worth it.
when I was 13, I don't know that I did anything like that by myself. So that's pretty brave. So do you feel like SheProp has helped you at all with your cosplay identity as well?
Definitely. Yeah. For basically the same reason why the group was created. You'd go to different forums and talk about your ideas and builds, and a lot of, I hate saying it, but like men would just put you down and be like, "Oh, well, why don't you just get like a man to do this for you?" Or "Why are you even bothering?" It's like, well, that's not cool. Like,
Yeah.
just because I'm built different than you doesn't mean that I don't have the capability. I just haven't done it before, so
Yeah.
help teach me. And the SheProp community has definitely taught me a lot of stuff. Um, and they've helped with my confidence a lot as well. At the end of last year, I actually got a sponsorship through Cosplay Supplies thanks to SheProp community, and that was a
That's
huge confidence
awesome.
boost as well.
Yay, that's so
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah. So that tutorial is up on their website.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
really great. Um, yeah, I mean, that's why we love our little community, right? Because it's a safe space for us all to like be able to be like, hey, I have this idea. Can you help me execute it?
Yeah,
Or, and not being, we love our male counterparts, but some of
for
the
sure.
forums get a little toxic and we get talked down to. And that's just really unfortunate because, and it's even in person at a convention. Sometimes guys are like, oh, did your boyfriend make that for you? And you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Yeah, it's like, no, I
I
did this myself.
I have
Like,
hands.
yes, I'm walking
I have
around at home
talents
by
too.
myself. Like,
So yeah, it's great. I'm so happy to hear from people that like the community has like boosted their confidence and like made them feel more secure in just wanting to be themselves and like
mhm.
make the things they want to make. So that's really, really great to hear. I'm glad you've had such a positive experience within our
Yeah, it's
community.
definitely got me coming back year to year.
Yeah, and we're so happy to have you as part of our team. Like, you're a really great asset. Okay, let's see. What are your future cosplay plans? Can you spill the beans at all?
I have a lot. I think I kind of bit off a little bit more than I could chew with this next one that I just bought materials for. I crochet as well, and so I want to crochet a cosplay this year.
Awesome.
It's anime again. Miroku, sorry, from My Hero Academia. She's the bunny hero.
Okay,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to crochet her one piece. I want to crochet it so bad. It looks like it would be a lot of fun. And I saw another cosplayer do it, so it's like, I can do this too.
Do you know the cosplayer? Oh, I'm spacing her name right now. She's Seattle local. She either crocheted or knit like full Yoshi outfits.
Oh,
I'm trying.
I can't remember her cosplay name right now, but her first name is Lindsay. I'm
Yeah,
friends with her on Facebook,
I'm pretty
so
sure she's in our group.
yeah.
But she did
Oh,
like three different colors of Yoshis, and
I love it. It is so great.
they're so cute. Like seeing her bopping around the con in like this crocheted Yoshi was just like so adorable.
And that was another thing that kind of motivated me too. And like I've seen chocobos, people running around
Hmm.
in like chocobo onesies that have been knitted or crocheted. And it's like that looks so comfy fun. And I'm
Yeah.
constantly crocheting anyway, so I might as
Mention whenever we have those again.
well try, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Um, are you looking for her?
I am. I want to find her cosplay. Wiggles the Great. She's Wiggles
Okay,
the Great on Instagram.
awesome. So, if you had one tip for your younger cosplay self, what would it be?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of a project holding you back. It's okay if you mess it up because it's just materials and you can do it again.
True. That's
Yeah,
very true.
yeah, I definitely think that's what I would tell myself because I'm always afraid that I'm going to mess up that piece of fabric, and it's like, who cares? It's a piece of
Yeah.
fabric.
As long as that piece of fabric wasn't like $100 a yard.
Yes, and that's why we have mock-ups.
That would be heartbreaking. But
Yeah.
um, let's see. Do you how has cosplay contributed to your self-care?
It's contributed a lot, actually. On my personal Facebook page, I just posted that I've lost a lot of weight and I've gotten into better shape over the past 6 months. And part of that is because I really want to cosplay this specific character who's really buff and
Mm-hmm.
in really good shape, and I want to look like him. And it's not
Hmm.
just for cosplay too, but it's like I also understand that's going to make my body healthier and like myself healthier mentally as well. And just
Yeah.
having that motivation of get it done for the cosplay. Remember your cosplay. It's just like an extra boost of yes, I can actually do this.
Yeah, of course you
Yeah.
can. Um, it's it's interesting like getting in shape for cosplay because I feel like I've done that before in the past. Like I've been like I should go to the gym. But
Yeah.
in this state, like good for you for being able to do that while we're mid-pandemic because a lot of us just want to sit home and eat snacks because we're like, what are we doing? So kudos to you because
Thanks.
trust me, I'm always like, I should do some yoga or something at home. Like it's possible for me to do that, but I'm just like, ah, there's a
I could
TV
just sit
there.
in my sweatpants all day and watch Netflix.
Sweatpants are comfortable.
Yeah.
So speaking of pandemic, do you feel like, not that this was a question on your list, but do you feel like your motivations have gone up or down during a pandemic? Like how have down?
Down really hard. I mean, it also doesn't help that I moved and I bought a house last year,
Oh,
and so I've been trying to,
congratulations.
yeah, thanks.
That's really awesome.
But like with the pandemic and then the house move and getting the house just comfy for me, and then of course all my reptiles and stuff, I've just had no motivation to do anything.
Well, I mean,
Um,
buying a house is a big thing, like, and then you like
yeah,
want to paint, right? And like
yeah.
decorate it how you want because it's something that's your
I'm
own,
still
so.
unpacking and it's been a year.
I mean,
Like I'm so glad you can't see my craft room right now because it's nothing but boxes.
I feel like most of my life I'm unpacking. So I feel you
Yeah.
there. And as a cosplayer, like we have so much extra stuff, right?
I know. I did not realize how much, like, for lack of a better word, crap I had until I
Yeah.
actually had to like pack it up for my apartment, put it into boxes, and now I'm taking it out, and it's like, how did I fit this into an apartment? And I can't even fit it into my craft room right now.
Brett said that the house becomes your cosplay for a year.
It's not. Okay.
That's a good way to look at it. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I'll let, if anybody's in the chat and they have questions for MJ, let me know and I'll ask her. Um, let's
I see
see.
Laura. Thank you, Laura, for coming and joining.
Let's see here. Who inspires you and your work?
So a lot of my friends definitely inspire me. Seeing their work is just like, wow, that was so incredibly detailed. That's amazing. I want to like, secretly one up you or at least get on the same level as you. But in like reality, my dad inspires me. He's one of my biggest supporters, and whenever I have a question with my cosplay, I just run to him and I'm like, what should I do? What should I do? How can I build this thing? He's like, oh, well, this is how you build this thing, obviously, because that's just how his brain works. And so he's a
So
huge inspiration to just keep trying and keep being creative.
that's really cool. So is your dad like a tinkerer? Does he like build stuff?
Yeah, he is. We live together and he flies drones, and so he's constantly taking apart little mechanics and building them. And I think we're going to try to do some kind of LED cosplay outfit thing, but there's so many
Cool.
things to pick from, I don't know where to start.
There's a lot of resources out there for sure. I've never
Yeah.
really done LEDs in my own cosplays either because it's intimidating. Like electronics are a whole new thing. So that's really cool. Like I'm glad to hear that you like come from a family of people that like to make things.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Um, and Cass
Cass,
in Wonderland.
yeah, she said, what inspired the questions for the challenge?
Um, so I wanted it to be about us as cosplayers instead of cosplaying,
Mm-hmm.
um, like the previous one had been, because this is our
Yeah.
3-year anniversary as SheProp, and so what makes you? What makes you as an individual? What's motivating you and inspiring you to be a cosplayer and to continue to cosplay and create these costumes even through the pandemic that we're currently stuck in?
Yeah.
Um, and so I just thought it'd be like a real motivating, like, oh, hey, even though everything has been horrible for the past year plus, it's really not that bad because look at all the things that I've done.
Yeah. That's really cool. Um, I think it's been a great motivation. Like people love the challenges. Like the first one you did, I mean, we had I think close to over 10,000 tags on Instagram.
Wow.
It was crazy. I mean, I wanted to take a year-long nap after the first challenge
Yeah.
because everyone was just posting like phenomenal work and like I wanted everyone to like be seen and share them no
Mhm.
matter if you were a big or small account. And it was just so hard to keep up. Like I couldn't like everybody's post, I couldn't share everybody's post, but it's nice to have these challenges like every 6 months to get people involved and people that even aren't inside of our SheProp community can join in on these challenges, which is
Yeah,
really
definitely.
cool. And it's a great uplifting thing during this pandemic, and it's an awesome way for us to find other cosplayers and be like, oh, this is really cool. Like, you just search the hashtag, and like, you're finding all kinds of awesome people that you can connect with. And even though we've all had a really rough year, like, so I really appreciate like your
Yeah.
thought that went into these questions. So,
It's been keeping me busy too, since like I haven't had the motivation to make an actual cosplay. Being able to do something for the cosplay community is definitely getting me excited for when, the world opens back up and I can start seeing everyone again. It's just the cosplay community is still here. We're not
yeah.
gonna go anywhere ever.
Yeah, and I feel much the same like you. I mean, I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff on SheProp. Like my last the thing that I've been working on the most the last month is setting up our Discord. And it's time
I'm
consuming, but
excited about that.
I'm really excited about Discord. Um, I'm it. I really like doing behind the scenes. Like when were at cons, like I love helping people with like photo shoots and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I love helping people do. Like I don't need to be in the spotlight all the time. It's so
Hmm.
awesome to see other people thrive and like see them get great content and stuff. So like I totally get that. It's a way you can contribute to the community without necessarily constantly making something or feeling like you're not doing anything because I'm not making anything right now. But it's hard for a lot of us when we don't have like a
It
deadline for a con. Like we're like there's no deadline. So what are we doing? Hudson Michaels Photography says, do you find it tough to decide between your fandom and what's currently popular during your builds?
I do. I definitely know that my reach is lacking because of it. Because I want to cosplay what makes me happy.
Hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that's currently popular, I'm not. Oh boy, almost
I,
lost you.
I kicked my tripod. I'm an antsy person. I'm like always moving around. Calm
I'm sitting here with my
it.
iPad in my lap, so I totally get it. Um, but back to Hudson. Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. And I know for a fact if I were to do more of the popular things, my reach would be a lot better. I'd have a lot more followers and blah, blah, blah. But that's not why I cosplay. I don't cosplay for a living. I don't cosplay for people to, um, like me. It'd be nice to be liked, obviously, but I cosplay to make myself happy.
Yeah.
And if cosplaying somebody from an early 90s show that nobody knows about anymore makes one or two people happy on the con floor or out on Instagram, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's,
I totally agree with you. I love the weird cosplays, like the really niche stuff that like not a lot of people know, but when they see you on a convention floor, they are so excited because
yeah.
it's not done as much and they like just get so floored and over the moon to like see somebody cosplaying that thing. So it's a really good answer. I think you should always cosplay the things that make you happy. Like,
Yeah. And I forget what day it was, but it was for this challenge. I actually posted a picture of my Eco Carl from Final Fantasy IX. Not a lot of people knew who I was at that convention at Anime Boston, but I had one person come up to me and she was almost crying. She was so happy to see me as this character. She's like, I love this character. I love this video game, and I appreciate you cosplaying as her. And that just really fueled me to cosplay the lesser known people as well. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm doing it for you, random person.
totally. That's really awesome. Rosie's of Posies.
Oh,
How did you
hi,
come up with
Rose.
your cosplay name?
So my cosplay name was originally Pearl Rose Cosplay.
Okay.
Because if you translate my first legal name, or if you look it up, whatever, Megan, spell Meghan. I guess it's Gaelic for pearl, and my
Oh,
last name, Sager, is German for rose. So I was like, okay, Pearl Rose, that's easy. But then I got a lot of flack because of the Steven Universe cosplay group. They're like, "Oh, you're really, hitting the nail on the head being a Pearl Rose Quartz cosplayer." And I was like, "Well, that's hurtful."
oh,
Yeah,
branding.
and I really like bunnies. I'm obsessed with rabbit things, and so I just decided to take rid of Rose and add in bunny. So now it's Pearl Bunny Cosplay.
So why don't you have any rabbits then?
I don't like prey animals as pets.
Oh, okay. I guess you
Yeah,
have
I like
snakes and
bunny
snakes
things,
eat
but I don't like
bunnies.
the actual animal. Yeah. And someday I might have to feed one of my snakes bunnies, so I just want to like disconnect from the animal.
That makes sense.
As morbid as that is.
All right, so we're at our 30-minute mark.
Oh,
So, I really appreciate you joining me.
yeah,
It's been
thank
really
you for
fun.
having me.
So, everyone, if you want to find MJ, she's Pearl Bunny Cosplay. We can find her on Instagram, Facebook. Are you on Twitter?
Um,
Not really.
yes. I'll have to put that in my link tree though.
Okay.
Yeah, my username is different.
But you can find her there. I will obviously in our description once I post this, she'll be linked as well. And wait, do you prefer she, her, or they, them?
She, her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, did I just screw up?
No, you're fine. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I got your pronouns right.
I appreciate it.
So, yeah, you can find her at Pearl Bunny Cosplay, and we super appreciate everyone that joined us live. And yeah, join us again next week. I'm going to be interviewing Jedi Manda. So it'll be fun. Thank you so much for joining me, MJ.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
a
you so
really pleasure to
much.
talk to you. And I'm so happy to put like a face with like the
Yeah.
real person that I chat with sometimes. It's
No, this
nice.
is really nice. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see more of these too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.